This week on Frank's World TV, helping veterans start startups. Hello and welcome back to Frank's World TV. Earlier today, I was at an event called Techstars Patriot Bootcamp, and it was primarily an event geared towards helping veterans as well as returning soldiers from Iraq and Afghanistan become startup founders themselves. Had a chance to attend some great sessions as well as be a mentor. But check out the video that I took today. I think you'll like it.
So please help me welcome Patrick.
Give two people a hug real quick. This is the whole of love that we're talking about. And I'm not talking here's why I love that so much. Because my dad was career Army. So Army guys in the room and women. Yeah. So I love that because that would make him so uncomfortable. So I really appreciate what you guys have done for the country. I know how hard military life is. And I mean, being a military brat, it's an interesting life. My dad did the first Gulf War, he did Rwanda. Anyways, a lot of time away from home and family. And now he's done with the military and he's working for Amazon.com. So it's this cool thing where he's able to go in and now he loved the Army, it was his passion, but now he's doing logistics for Amazon and he's killing it. So it's kind of cool to see how he's going from that life, taught a lot of things, and now doing his second passion. What I want to talk about today is this thing that we call startup land. So you guys have a ton of these skills and a ton of things that I know are going to be beneficial in the startup world. The thing with that is it's a really hard world to navigate. So what I'm going to do today is really give you Startup Land 201 301. I know that you know a lot about how this world operates, but what I'm trying to do is just to say, right now, where we are in the market, here are the things that I know are working well and that I would recommend that you look at. $29 billion. What $29 billion is it's the amount of venture capital funding in the United States last year. Look at this chart here. You have 835 up top, and you have 7.5 billion below. What that is it's the number of deals that took place in the third quarter of 2012 and the amount of venture capital financing that took place. Here's the other thing too, look at this map. So this is actually, I know it's really hard to see on PowerPoint, but look at this map here. Where it is, it's the map of the United States, and where you see dots are where that $7.5 billion is being spread throughout the country. The majority of that money, half of it is actually being spent in the Bay Area. But look all throughout the rest of the country. Look at Florida. Look at DC. Look at the money around DC. Look at things like Colorado. The money is actually being spread pretty well around the country, yeah.
Are we looking at angel and VC or just VC?
Right now you're looking at just VC. Great question. This is actually the seed stage spending for venture capitalists around the country. It's almost evenly spread. Yeah, we're not looking at angels here, we're looking at venture capitalists. But in terms of VC spending, their spend is on all these various pockets around the country. The reason I bring this up is because I'm falling into a problem that most entrepreneurs do, which is this. And it's that there's a sole focus on the Benjamins. Everybody is going towards this money without thinking about what are the first things that you need to do to get your startup company running. So today you're doing a lot of these two things. You're doing a lot of the business plan development and you're doing a lot of mentoring. And of course down the road you're looking for this for your company. So what I want to do is dig into, first of all, in terms of the business plan, as you leave here, what's the best way for you to go forward and get help with this thing called the business plan? The old school way, and this is, when I got my MBA, this is what we did. We actually, this was just 3 years ago. We did the old school way of business plan, which is create a 40-page document that then had every single question in the world answered. I mean, this thing had who my market is, who all my customers were, and it had 3 pages of who my customers were. And also it had 20 different interviews, and each interview had a full page. I mean, this thing was crazy, to the point where it was heavy. And I don't want to have anything more than 15 slides. And I can't even begin to tell you how many deals are being sourced because of this. A 15-slide deck that answers questions about the market, the product, revenue, and team. So in this world, all that investors are caring about today is this. It's the goal of getting in the door. This is lightweight, this is easy, and they want to do two things. They want to see you, they want to actually see you in the video, and they want to actually have you answer questions about the market, product, revenue, and team. And that's about 15 slides. There's two resources I would recommend that you look at when you leave here, and it's Lean Startup Machine and Startup Weekend. And I think Jonathan's here from Kaufman. These two, I think, are great. They're weekend events where you can go and, number one, get to know people in your community, and also have help from mentors in your local community to help you develop your idea. Most of my work is done outside of the Bay Area, is done outside of New York City, is done outside of Boston. Almost all the people that I work with, all the entrepreneurs that I'm around, are in areas like Omaha, or in areas like Dallas. I know Dallas is big, but not too deep on entrepreneurship. So with our network that we run, we have 1,100 companies that have gone through, and we raised $550 million for those 1,100 companies. And I'll tell you guys, I can't even begin to tell you how many calls I get from our network and our members who say, I don't know what happened at that Techstars Patriot Bootcamp, but man, we have some really good companies that came out of that. The other thing I'll tell you is tonight, we're all going over to 1776. There's going to be a group of accelerators there who are meeting tomorrow, who are coming here really to see you. So just be aware that it's going to be a really good event tonight where you're going to have a good amount of accelerators. So make sure that you get to know those accelerators if you're interested. Have you guys heard of this term, smart and dumb money? No. Okay, so smart money, both are money in the doors. Both are investments that are coming your way. But dumb money might be from your uncle. And I don't mean that your uncle is dumb. I just mean he's not going to be able to help you. He's not going to be able to give you the support you need. Where smart money is a type of money where you're going to the venture capitalist who has a ton of connections. So again, I would say the problem with startups is that they're just clawing for money. They're not thinking about who they want to go for. They almost feel powerless in front of the venture capitalists. So my point is before you go in and ask for money, make sure again you know what you want from that investor, because this is a marriage that you're having with your investor. And of course, there's investments and bootstrapping. Everybody's clawing for investments, but bootstrapping is where you're using your own money and your own funds. Maybe you're moonlighting your business on the side. I love the idea of bootstrapping in this space. So I would just say it's a good way to go forward if you don't have to get investments, because you're getting up a lot of money and a good amount of control if you're getting investment dollars. On the other hand, going back to that smart and dumb money statement, with smart money, it comes with a lot of good connections. I mean, if you're part of the founders group, man, they can pull up the Rolodex, and they can call about anybody. The reason we have been so successful raising money for our accelerators is investors are dying for your deal. When you meet with an investor, they're going to play hard. They're going to play tough guy. They're going to play, man, I don't need you. That's what they do. Like deep down inside, they really do. They really want your deal. So recognize you have the power. Not all the power, but you've got a good amount of power in this thing to get the deal.
That's all for this week. If you're so inspired to create a startup but you don't have the software, be sure to check out the link below at bit.ly/Frankie Says BizSpark. On there, you can sign up for the BizSpark program, which has all kinds of free goodies and free software for several years, assuming you qualify. Tell them I sent you, and you'll get a free puzzled look. Anyway, be sure to subscribe, and see you next week.